Don't get me started on the whole TV coverage.
No, I think the entire Aston Martin radio, the little unicorn horn right over there driving through. Hello and welcome to Couple of Corners, where a couple invite you into their home and then force you to listen to them talk about F1 for the next 10 to 15 minutes. If you've come to a house before, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you're new to a house, please do consider clicking on that subscribe button and remember to ring on the bell icon so that we know that you're here and we can open the door. All right. Joining me as always is Anisha, and we've just seen a
Slightly boring.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But is a close enough approximation of the race. It was started off exciting for the first few laps, and the ending laps were a little good. In the middle, it was a race.
Yeah, in the middle, he made a cocktail for himself. He made the Singapore sling, and that's how interesting the race was.
It was. I genuinely lost. I don't know about the TV coverage. It was just so focused on just the Lando and Verstappen battle entire time.
Don't get me started on the whole TV coverage. I really don't understand what's the problem with F1 TV. They were so focused on Lando and Verstappen, wherein Lando is just not able to overtake Verstappen. Good job done. Good job done, no doubt. But there was so much action happening at the back. Sainz, after his pit, he went from 14 to the 10th position. He overtook 4 people, and they didn't bother covering that. I could keep up with it by just looking at the what is that board thing?
Speaking of Sainz, actually, to be fair, he started 18th, if I'm not wrong.
18th, yeah.
Even after both the Williams were disqualified, and they started so low. But wait, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Sorry.
Let's rewind the clock back a little, and starting off with a congratulations to McLaren.
Yes.
They have won the Constructor Championship, and let's be real here. Barring the last few races, they have had the fastest car the entire season and the best driver combination there. So thoroughly deserved. Congratulations.
I'm happy for them, Shrey. Because I understood most of Formula 1 through Drive to Survive, right? A few years ago, when I started watching, few seasons ago, McLaren was really struggling to be in the midfield also, right? They were really struggling there. From there to this is the second year in a row that they've gone ahead and won the Constructors Championship. That's really impressive, right? Last year also, you remember, at Abu Dhabi, I did go ahead and say that I'm really happy for these guys. So, yeah, good job there.
Yeah, which is absolutely true. I remember watching, I started watching with Hakkinen and Schumacher, right? When McLaren were the dominant team, McLaren Mercedes. And then, they had a bit of a rough patch with Williams coming into the fray as well. Then Renault came into the fray. And then you had the Lewis Hamilton, Alonso. When McLaren was there.
These are teams with so much history, be it McLaren, be it Williams. These teams come with a legacy, right?
True,
and then
true.
When you see them struggle, as in this year again, Williams is doing a fantastic job with Carlos and Albon. But then you remember that season where Williams had to be sold? It was so depressing.
Yeah,
right?
It was sad. It was
that legacy sad. That they have, as in it feels good. McLaren is back in the game.
Yeah, it's good for legacy teams, especially. Well, not all of them, but anyway, we'll get back to that later. Also, congratulations to George Russell.
Oh yeah.
Credit where it's due. He did a fantastic race.
Yes.
No mistakes.
Kahin se bhi aa jata hai, and suddenly he's there. But at the start of the race, I did tell you that it's a nice night race, so Mercedes do
they did
very
pretty well
at night.
Last year as well, right?
Yeah,
Jeddah
exactly.
And everything. So
and then Las Vegas
Vegas is there as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what happens to most. Maybe I don't know what night thing that they have.
I think they like Batman way too much.
I have a feeling that they are actually, vampires. So yeah.
But their cars are vampires.
Yes. Maybe that's why they were black. Anyway, again, very good race from George.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Toto's waiting for.
Give him the damn contract now.
Now, honestly speaking, I'm not a very big George Russell fan, but credit to do, is doing a fantastic job there. And if Toto had actually signed the contract a couple of races earlier, he could have gotten him cheaper, because I'm sure Russell is going to add a few more zeros to his contract now. Let's be real here.
Now I think George Russell should just walk in and demand that contract. Ki, bhai, ho gaya tera. De de ab.
At the race, I had a very interesting thought. And as I move on to the next team here, Ferrari has had a pretty average race.
Yeah.
They've been having average races for the past few races. Anyway, Hamilton had that spectacular brake failure. And, if Hamilton does decide to retire, Russell is an option.
For Ferrari?
For Ferrari, Russell...
So, do you think Sainz has a 2-year contract?
Sainz has a 2-year contract. Sainz has also been looked at by Toto. If nobody's going to come, Russell will be open to moves. So...
yeah, if he wants depression, sadness in his life, he can consider that.
He's British, so he's used to it. Nice, long joke there. Anyway, that was Ferrari in a nutshell. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It was just an average race from them. Excellent move at the start from Leclerc to take everyone, and then he went back, and because fantastic move by Antonelli to get that position back. And then there was a little bit of swap between him and Hamilton, when Hamilton really was charging through.
Was charging, and his brakes
just disintegrated. Stopped working is an understatement. They disintegrated.
Yeah.
And then he lost the position back to this one. So again, that's enough of Ferrari. Talking about Red Bull, again, fantastic race from Verstappen.
Yeah.
Good job.
Did you hear Verstappen say please on the radio?
Oh, yeah.
This is the first time, as in, that man is saying please.
Yeah, the entire race was begging him, saying that, listen, my brake balance is spoiled, my brake balance is off. And I have a theory. I just thought of it. It's all a ruse. I keep hearing him saying that, listen, the car is fucked. The car is shit. This is not working. The brake balance is off. And then he does this fantastic races. So I think the car is fine. He's just getting into the other team's
heads.
He's like, Russell, Verstappen is having issues. You can push, and he'll be like, I have no issues.
Are you so McLaren also tried to do that with the pit, right?
Yeah.
As in pit to overtake, and then they pit after 3-4 laps.
Speaking of pitting and McLaren, let's come to McLaren here. I'm part of this WhatsApp group, and somebody made a very interesting note, is that why do McLaren keep asking Lando when to pit Oscar?
Oh, yeah.
They did that at Monza as well. They're doing it here as well. Hey, you want to pit first or do you want to pit second? You make the call. You're the bloody freaking strategists.
Do you think it has something to do with the whole, as in, हम ब्रिटिश टीम है, तू हमारा ब्रिटिश ड्राइवर है, तू बता.
As much as I would like to disagree, this is not the first time we've heard this happen. When Hamilton and Alonso were teammates, Alonso did say that, this could be biased because Hamilton is British. Alonso did take back those statements though. But I don't know.
Yeah, possible.
Because let's be real here.
Piastri, I've not heard any other team go ahead and discuss kisko kab pit karna hai with the driver.
Yeah, they just discuss. Do you want to come in? Are you okay? Is the other tire good by you? And they'll tell you, no, I'm good here and for another 3 laps, 2 laps. Oh no, pit me right now. Yeah. Whatever, right?
Also, the whole swapping thing that Oscar was demanding today. As in they have gone ahead and created such unnecessary rivalry between these two. Oscar didn't even join them for the post-race celebration. ठीक है, podium पे as in Alex was a one-off exception last race where he joined the team for the podium, right, for the other driver. Usually other drivers don't do that. But he chose not to go for the Constructors' Championship celebration, right? He went to media duty right after that. So, he is angry.
I don't blame him, man.
Yeah.
I think you rightly said they've dug their own grave here. They should have, if they really want to keep the whole, we don't want to choose a first driver, they should have said, okay, by the firm break, whoever's leading becomes our number one driver for the rest of the season. Khatam. And next season it'll reset.
Yeah.
So, it's up to you to do that. Piastri was there, Piastri should have been given preference.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
saw that at Monza as well, where you asked to give the position back. Over here, Lando really barged through in the first corner.
Yeah.
And Piastri was like, hey, should I get the position back? And the message he got was, oh no, Lando is doing well to challenge Verstappen. We can't,
Yeah.
have that happen.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that is the best time if you want to fall back.
Let's be real. I think we discussed this earlier also. Lando is their number one driver. They just don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
He
and
is their number one driver.
that also fuels the speculation of the whole Oscar Piastri Ferrari swap, right?
Yeah.
Wherein with Leclerc,
Possible, yeah.
because Leclerc would want to fight in a championship-winning
Yeah.
car. He's been desperate for it, and he has the skills to
Yeah.
match. Piastri would just want to get out of there. So if
It
Piastri
is a
doesn't,
toxic environment.
Piastri has a
Exactly
habit of
this.
like leaving team. Like for example, he left Alpine.
Yeah.
He was cutthroat about it as well.
Exactly.
I don't think he'll have an issue with leaving
Yeah.
McLaren either if he doesn't
Exactly.
feel equally treated. So yeah, like this needs to stop, and maybe Zach or Andre or Bruce McLaren himself, his soul needs to come down and tell them, listen, get your shit together. It is imperative you need to do that, because this can't keep happening.
Yeah.
This is not normal. So yeah, it is weird. I don't know what they're planning.
Yeah.
They need to get everything sorted, because the team dynamics is off. They won because of a very good car.
Yeah.
But let's be real here, Red Bull has come up. Mercedes is knocking on the door as
Exactly.
well. With the upgrades that they've got in the later half of the season, these guys aren't at the peak right now.
Yeah.
They no longer have the fastest outright car. So that being said, who else is there?
Alonso Alonso was very funny.
No, I think the entire Aston Martin radio. I might just go back on the F1 app and listen to the entire race from Alonso's perspective and Lance Stroll's perspective. Because I remember at one time they were like, Alonso, you need to do this, and Alonso was like, listen, you better shut up or I'm going to disconnect the bloody radio.
And then when Hajar went ahead and defended him,
He finally overtook him and he went, oh, give this man a trophy. Alonso is the funniest. And Lance
Stroll, oh my god, that
when
was
they
so
told
funny.
they're telling him that Bortoletto was on old tires.
Yeah, so they basically said that Bortoletto is on 40 laps old tire, and he's like, yeah, I'm on a 100 lap old tire with my mediums. He was frustrated. So yeah, Aston Martin was having their own radio chitter chatter.
And Alonso also won the driver of the day though.
Driver of the day, yeah.
And to be fair, I think we were discussing Sainz should be up there, if not Russell.
Yeah.
Because to start 18th and claw your way back to
Exactly.
10th, which is pretty impressive. Even Albon did a pretty decent
Yeah.
job. I think he came 14th or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. No crashes. The close we got was Hulkenberg.
Yeah, like I think that's why Sainz, coming back to Williams thought कि एक safety car तो आ ही जाएगी तो हम तब pit कर लेंगे, and then Sainz just gave up and they're like, चलो यार. This man ran for 40 laps on those mediums that he started. Like good tire management, but then
You think it's because of the new wing changes that they made? I'm not talking about the disqualification. I'm talking about the new penguin that they put.
Manhoo's penguin.
You think they need to put sparkles back up there?
They need sparkles. They need more sparkles all around the car.
You just make the entire livery of sparkles livery. जितना डार्क तो डालो यार.
And उसका जो jumpsuit है वो भी sparkles वाला होना चाहिए.
Wearing a little unicorn horn right over there, driving through.
Yeah, but overall it was a good race. Like, as it
Slightly boring, but it
बीच
was
में
nice.
boring हो गया था,
Yeah.
but it was
I think towards
fun.
the end where Verstappen was defending from Lando,
Yeah.
that was a interesting thing. Although I don't like the fact, like we were talking, they just focused on that battle the entire
Yeah.
bloody second of the race. With so much happening, piche. Like we missed
Exactly.
Kimi's overtake.
Yeah.
We missed Hamilton's brake disintegrating.
Exactly.
The
There's
Alonso
Sainz
Hamilton
का
battle.
overtake,
The Sainz
like,
battle that's happening.
Exactly.
There was so much excitement happening towards the back as well.
Yeah.
With Colapinto and the Gasly's and everyone.
Exactly.
And Bearman had a very good race
Yeah.
as well, and we missed all of that.
All of
because they kept focusing on the Lando Verstappen battle, which never really happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, नहीं हुआ यार. Like we missed so many things, and like I get it. that it's आगे battle चल रहा है, but there's other things as well that you need to
And
show.
it's times like this when I'm like, it's such a like, let's just, as in focus on the driver, and because like, as in go on the F1 app and like, as in view it from a driver view
Yeah,
rather
exactly.
than depending on the F1 TV
I
ka
swear,
overall
like
view.
for example, generally I do miss the fact that our TV does not have the F1 app.
Yeah.
Like, Samsung, please come on, what are you guys doing? Because we have to screencast
We
from the
stream it
iPad,
through iPad,
right?
yeah.
And you can't change the view from there. It's a little pain in the ass. So, guys, please, whoever, Apple, F1, Samsung, please, guys, get that together. Are we missing anything else?
No.
I think we covered most of the major incidents.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, this episode of Couple of Corners is sponsored by me. So I've started another channel. It's called Nerdy Walks, and it's all about nerd culture. It's not gonna be your usual unboxing and stuff. It's all about the nerd culture, nerd history, without the FOMO and the jargons and all those competitiveness that's become a part of nerd life. And as you can see, I have a lot of collectibles here to talk about. And there's a lot more where that comes from, and every one of these have a personal story attached to them, and I'd love to talk about it, and I'd love to for you guys to join me as well for that. So check out at NerdyVox on Instagram and YouTube and follow, and we're gonna have some fun over there. And would you like to add something to that?
No, just follow him. Follow us also. Subscribe to us.
Yes, please do follow, and the more of you guys follow Couple of Corners and Nerdy Walks, the more options I'll get to buy more stuff like this. So yeah, because then she can't say anything about it because everyone likes them. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us at our place once again. Do share, subscribe, like, right?
Yes.
And did I do right? Yay. And we'll catch you at the Circuit of the Americas in the USA.
We'll probably be sleeping through the race because that's 12:30 baje.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, it's one of those races. Dude, I'm 36 years old. I sleep by 11:30. I can't. I don't know. I think I'm going to do a lot of Red Bull.
Yes.
Maybe I'll be like Max Verstappen to them. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.